Hi, it's Paul from Paul's Fishing Systems here. In early January I headed out on a drone fishing expedition with Dennis Bradley and his mate Alan Digby. We arrived at Glinks Gully on Northland's west coast at 2.5 hours after high tide and headed 38 kilometres south to fish near Pouto at the North Cobra Head. After calibrating the drone and making sure that all the controls operate, forward, reverse, up, down, rotate left, rotate right, we got ready to set the gear out. Most importantly, we take the drone about 50 metres away and check the home function. I left the gear out for about 20 minutes. We seemed to have a few bites on and off. We weren't really sure if we'd hooked anything. It's quite difficult to detect smallish bites when you've got surf conditions like this, because you get a lot of drag on the line. The surf actually picks up the line and looks like a bite. So we decided to wind it in and have a look and see what we'd caught.
Kahawai. Not happy.
Further up the beach, Alan also caught a kahawai, so we decided the balance of probabilities was that that's all that was out here. It did look shallower than what we'd perceived when we stopped, so we moved 17 k's north, further up the beach, to a place that looked like it was a bit of a hole. Even though it was an idyllic day weather-wise, I mean there was hardly any wind, the 2.5 metre surf ensured that the waves were breaking miles offshore. So you had to be at least 300 metres out to even be in the chase. But that didn't stop us. We were still getting a good 450, but it just makes it difficult to detect bites on the line.
I think you got something there, Paul.
There's something there. And while I love my short rod because it's so easy to store in my small vehicle, you really do need a gimbal for this sort of thing. It's pretty easy if you sling it over your shoulder and walk up the beach with it, but a gimbal would definitely make life a little easier. We pride ourselves on how efficient our hook sections are, and it's frequent that you get more than one fish. We've had up to 4 on one drag on the drones, and we make the hook sections up and tailor them to whatever a customer wants. With a bigger drone you can use up to 10. I like 5 or 6 on the XIRO drone. It's not quite as powerful as a splash drone, but it still gives you the same kind of casting distance, and if you get 2 or 3 fish every time you put it out, you soon wind up with your bag limit.
At least that's dinner tonight.
So pretty good, eh?
Not a bad afternoon's work.
Yep, 5 hooks, 2 fish. Oh well, we'll do another set, I think. So with that, Dennis and Alan headed off home and left me to do another set by myself. I put it out 470 metres and caught a really nice sized trevally. So I was pretty happy with that. It sort of equalised the catch between the splash drone and the XIRO. We had 4 fish each off 4 sets, so it wasn't too bad at all. The XIRO drones are a fantastic entry-level fishing drone. At only 800 bucks, they are so much cheaper than the next competitor in the market, and the reason they're cheap is we've taken the camera off. We've simplified the release system. This is a Newton 3 release. 2 ball bearings compressed by a spring. You can adjust the tension by adjusting the screws. You clip a wire loop in between the 2 balls. We preset them to about 1.2 to 1.4 kilos. So as it's going out, you just grab the line, apply a bit of pressure, it pulls the clip out of the drone and releases. This is a very safe release system, because if your rod tangles or if you get a bird's nest during the setting phase, the Newton clip will simply release. It will not pull the drone down into the water. In the following demo, I've got my mate calling out the distance. He's reading it directly off the phone app, which gives you the distance that the drone is offshore and the speed that it's travelling at. As soon as we get to the desired distance, I just grab the line. 400 yet?
400, 400, okay, 400.
If you're interested in drone fishing and need expert advice, feel free to contact us through www.fishingtacklesale.co.nz. We also hold public demo days, so if you want to see drone fishing up close, subscribe to our newsletter at www.fishingtacklesale.co.nz, and then you'll receive notification of the time and place we hold our fishing demonstrations. If you enjoyed the video, please like us and subscribe on YouTube to be notified when we post new fishing videos.